Good evening. Welcome to the program. Please allow me a few seconds to set up the screen. Now we are ready. Thanks for attending this program and joining this program. You're always welcome to attend this program. Today, our topic is inventory accuracy management. It is one small portion of overall inventory management. Possibly, you may be having a very good planning system and control system for inventory, but if inventory accuracy is not controlled, then everything can go for a toss. Of course, when we talk about inventory accuracy, here we are referring to physical inventory accuracy. Okay, here we are not discussing about planning and control measures. Here we are looking only at physical inventory management. Most of the time, the responsibility lies with the warehouse manager and not a planning executive. Hope you are able to see the screen and able to hear my voice. Can you please comment in the LinkedIn comments? So, before we dig into the program, this is my brief introduction. My LinkedIn profile. My name is Pattabhi Raman. You are always welcome to connect or follow me. As far as my background is concerned, I am an engineer with a PG degree in management and data science. I have worked in nearly 2.5 decades in this large global organization, predominantly in supply chain domain. So I was taking care of various subdomain at different levels, and in the last 10 years of my professional career, I was setting the supply chain in those organization. Currently, I am heading an organization known as Thoughtware Training Private Limited. As far as my certification is concerned, hopefully you should be knowing the certification. If you are a supply chain executive, these are from Apex, US based organization, 60-year-old organization, widely recognized in the job market. Also, there is an institute called Demand Driven Institute. They provide similar certification. They are also globally recognized, based in US. And I am a certified purchasing manager as well as a project management professional. Coming to our organization, we are 4-year-old organization based in Bangalore. We provide both consulting and training in the field of supply chain and allied domains, and we operate under a trade name Expert SCM. Now, when we talk about physical inventory accuracy, why it is important is any of the participant, can you type in the LinkedIn comment? Why physical inventory accuracy is required? Let us make it as a participative program. Yes, since we cannot directly interact, I am watching the LinkedIn comments. Maybe you can type your comments. Why do we need accurate records? Is it possible to maintain 100% stock accuracy? Yes, of course, you are welcome to type in the LinkedIn comments. Those who are watching, please go ahead. Let us have an interactive session. Why do we need inventory accuracy? Is it possible to maintain 100% accuracy? Yes or no? You have to agree. Or even you can say it's not possible to maintain 100% accuracy. So we have to manage the show. That's also okay. Where it is going to affect, if we are not able to maintain a better inventory record accuracy, where it is going to have. Okay, Sriram is answering. Welcome, Sriram. Seeing you after a long time. For production purpose, delay and financial purpose, it could cause other problem. Good. Now all most of the organization use ERP for their material planning, production scheduling. So many aspect happens based on the inventory record which is available in the system. If there is any mismatch between physical and actual, then everything is likely to go for a toss. So whether you are following either JIT, lean principle, MRP or DRP, everything is dependent on system stock. When we talk about accurate record, means here we are referring what is the match between physical and the system stock. Okay, so it is essential to maintain highly accurate record. At the same time, you cannot achieve 100% accuracy. If somebody says in our organization we have more than 10,000 SKUs, but still we are maintaining 100% accuracy, it is next to impossible task, because there are so many factors which is influencing the record maintenance in any organization. Of course, if you are having a limited number of components, say less than 1,000 components or SKU, it may be possible to maintain that accuracy. Now, as per your belief, how much is okay? How much percentage is okay in good companies? How much percentage? If not 100%, is 80% okay? 90% okay? Can you comment on the LinkedIn comment? How much is okay? Ultimately, organization should see the effort in putting managing the stock accuracy as to give the desired output. Okay, Paul is talking about 98%, Prashottama Reddy talking about 99.8%. To maintain close to 100% accuracy, you need to put lot of resources, time, money, effort. You have to see whether this amount is going to provide you the required benefit. Okay, many times it may not be possible to get the desired output by spending excess money. That's where we do not target 100%. Okay, if any of your company maintaining 99.8%, it is fantastic, provided you have more than 10,000 components. Now, coming to measuring the accuracy, many people may talk in terms of value, especially if you are a finance guy. Talking in terms of millions or crores of rupees should be okay. And especially for finance guys, if you say 0.5% plus or minus 1% is absolutely fine for them. But for supply chain guys, it is absolutely not okay. We should talk in terms of SKUs. If you have 10,000 SKUs, we should simply match as per the system stock, physical to system stock. Okay, this is more relevant to us and not in terms of value. So, how much is better for your organization depends upon the your customer service level. If you say, if you are promising customer 99% service level, then the inventory accuracy should also be at a similar level. On the other hand, if you have a lower service level, for example 90% service level, then we can afford a different service accuracy level is possible. Now coming to the targets, we can usually what we do in inventory management is we are going to classify the item as ABC, not only in terms of value. When we say A, B, C, here we are going to take a unit price and annual consumption of this item, and then classify the item as per the Pareto principle. It could be 70, 20, 10, or could be 75, 15, and 10, something similar, but it is not an exact figure. This is only for control purpose. We classify them into three category. Of course, you can see a tentative draft table here. We are talking, yes, Sriram is talking about 100% accuracy for A class, definitely correct. Possibly it also depends upon your customer service level. Okay, if you have a relaxed service level, you can afford to keep the inventory accuracy level lower. Possibly your customer is not in a continuous production. You can go back to customer and say, you can wait for 2 days, 3 days. Possibly many customer may agree it, but if it is in a continuous production, you cannot go back to customer and say even 1 hour delay, 2 hour delay. It is not possible. So where it is possible and the cost of providing higher accuracy is lower than the benefit, you can go ahead with 100%, even A class. Otherwise, what is reasonable is A class also we can keep anywhere between 97 to 99, B class somewhere 90 to 95, and C class can be anywhere around 80%. Okay. Tarif is asking, can we classify based on profit margin basis? Profit margin basis, normally it is not done. What we can do is, irrespective of value of the item and these type of ABC classification, you feel some item is critical to the customer, or if these item are going to give you more profit, you can always keep such item in A class. Nothing prevents you from keeping this item in A class. This is only a general guideline. You may also feel some supplies are very critical and it is coming from sole or single source. You can keep such item there. When we talk about say for example 1000 item in A class, you can always reserve some 50 to 100 item for such of the items. Okay, where it is clear critical, or it is very important to your customer, or it is contributing to higher profit margin to your organization. Now coming to the side effects of this discrepancy, one, it can result in excess inventory. Is excess inventory is okay? Anyone agree? We cannot avoid it. We have to live with it. Is it okay for you to have excess inventory due to discrepancy? One is excess inventory, and the other way possible is shortage. Shortage, everybody knows what are the problem, but is excess inventory okay? Can we have more than the required quantity in our stock? What are the problem with the excess inventory? You can always comment your opinion. It can be right or wrong, no problem. We are just debating. Due to unavoidable circumstances, can we keep? Of course, Paul is answering no, definitely not. So keeping excess inventory is also problem for the organization. One is it is going to increase your inventory carrying cost. Second, it is also going to occupy your space. So even excess should not be there. Up to certain level it is okay. When it comes to the other side, shortage, everybody may know in the supply chain field, when there is a shortage, it directly impacts the supply chain professional. In fact, I have seen in many organizations the work of supervisor or executive team is involved only in searching. Maybe they spend nearly 40 or 50% of the time in only searching the item, especially if the warehouse is larger and you have many SKUs. Then if you don't have a proper process, then many of the executives will be involved in only searching. So when there is a shortage, it's going to impact your customer delivery. It's going to impact other production schedule. Possibly within your plant, you are not able to provide the item in time to make the product, or sometime it may also involve expediting the item. Possibly you are going to air freight this item. So we should be aware of the impact, whether when it is positive or negative, what are the impacts. And coming to next, uh, there are various reasons for inaccuracy. Can anyone tell what are the reasons for inaccuracy? Why Sriram is telling it will hit the bottom line? Definitely it's going to hit the bottom line. What are the main reasons for inaccuracy? Why there should be a mismatch? Why we are not able to control the discrepancy? What is the top reason? What is the top reason for which leads to inventory accuracy? Lethargic attitude. Yes, Shivkumar. Inaccurate forecast. No, inaccurate forecast doesn't matter. Here, Vikram, you have to understand this year we are talking about physical inventory management. Somebody else has already planned as per the forecast, item has come inside. Now, when we talk about physical inventory accuracy, it's only related to matching system to physical stock. That's all. So there is no forecast involved. Of course, Paul is talking about indiscipline, knowledge, skill. Yes, of course. And we have to see which area is having more problem, coming to whether is it receiving, issue, dispatch, internal movement, recording, inventory counting, which is the area where the error can occur, which is the area which is prone for more errors, or which area has more error. In fact, error can occur at any place, starting from receiving. Okay, receiving maybe possibly as a vendor has made 100 quantity, maybe the quantity received is 102 or 98. If you are not properly counting, then the error can start at that stage, because most of the organization employ 3PL, possibly a contract labor, unskilled labor at that level, and they may not be aware about the importance of counting. So it can start at the receiving downloading area, and then when data is entered, fed into the system, if you don't have proper tools for data capture. For example, many organization even today, they do not use barcode. In that case, manual entry is being made, either for purchase order number or vendor number or quantity. There can be total mismatch. I have seen many times, instead of entering 100, sometime they enter 1,000 at the GRN level, and system simply accepts if there is no fail proofing mechanism. So the error can start at the receiving, and it goes on. Either when you are putting away, maybe you are using a unskilled manpower, so it is put in the wrong location, or when item is being picked, it is being picked up, wrong component is picked or wrong quantity is picked. And of course, Purushottam is talking about various touch point. This is important. Where material is being touched at various places, when you receive it, unpack it, when you count it, when you enter it, when you put away, when you take away the components, there are so many touch points, and the error can happen in any of these places. Okay, okay, unless you have a process, it can happen. In fact, I have listed some of the areas in which it can happen, and what are the ways error can happen. In fact, I had been working in this area for many years. In fact, we were able to identify the place, reason for this error, and able to provide some countermeasures so that we were able to reduce this error. Coming to the real problem, why this is happening, maybe many of you have already answered the reason. Possibly it may be poor design of the system, or untrained personnel, carelessness, and poor information control. When we talk about paperwork or system, possibly it is allowing you to make the mistake. When I say the quantity received is 100, but somebody able to enter 1000, then system doesn't use any artificial intelligence to cross check, have we ordered 1000 units, why the supplier is making 100 or 1000 invoice, or whether operator is making invoice. So we have to make some system in such a way that it takes care of this error. And as we were talking, in the warehouse areas, you have a lot of unskilled labor, especially they come and go, unskilled labor maintained through 3PL. They are not a regular employees, they keep coming going, keep coming going, and it may not be possible all the time to train these people. I have seen many times you train them for 3 days, 4 days, and fifth day the employee vanishes. Okay, that is the problem in most of the situation. But still we don't have a choice, we have to continue, because management expect us to operate under low cost. So we are forced to go for a outside unskilled labor for many of the activities. Coming to carelessness, you have to see a distinction between somebody making a honest mistake. Honest in the mistake means it is unintentional, and other thing is a carelessness. Maybe this is also possible due to the casual attitude of employees, or even outside contractors can also do such information. And poor information control, maybe we don't have advanced information, so we are not organized required manpower to take care of this information. That's where, most of the time ASN is used, advanced shipping notice. At least warehouse people are prepared, they know, okay, this item is coming, this is the load. So they will be able to organize the required staff for doing the necessary work in that location. Okay, we should also create a right environment for the people. That's where something called poke. How many people have heard about poke? How you can do in warehouse or inventory management? Anyone has an idea? What is poke? Do you have any idea how it can be done in warehouse management or inventory accuracy management? Many of the software application, when they ask for a mobile number, you have to enter 10 digits. If you are not entering 10 digit, it will not accept. If you are entering alphabetical number, it will not accept. So in software you can create some controls. Same way we can do for engineering item also, we can do. Anyone has an idea? For example, Pushkar is talking about mistake proving, that's correct word. But any idea in warehouse, what way we can implement some fail proofing? The idea is, always this unskilled labors, they keep changing. You cannot give a effective training. So how to make their operation fail proof? Is there any way? Paul says, work in a way that you don't have option to have mistake. That's correct. How do you implement? As per Murphy law, if something can go wrong, it will definitely go wrong. Okay, so you have to create a environment so that people cannot do commit a mistake. So there are some ways we have done. In fact, I'll show some of the example. Maybe you need to provide a proper fixtures or bins or color coding the items possible. Okay. We discuss about these requirement in detail in our regular program. In fact, I have picked we have very few slides in our program just to highlight some of the importance in this short introductory program. You can visit our site to see various options. Okay, starting from 2 hours to 20 hours, we have a program on inventory management. Coming to some general areas like passageways, items awaiting inspection, item in reception, goods receiving, reject item. Possibly these are the areas which can contribute to errors if we are not accounting these kind of items, especially in these areas. And many times customer returns are also happening, and it gets mixed with our regular items. Okay, it also starts with the layout. When you have some item receiving, something is dispatching side by side, and also you have a scrap warehouse next to it. That will not facilitate a better accuracy management. So you need to have a proper store area, appropriate stores facility, a dedicated stores location, enclosed area, especially for high value item. Possibly you can also improve the accuracy by using real time recording. I have seen many times, if you receive hundreds of invoice, and especially when grn is not made timely, then you will always see there is an error, or somebody failed to enter some invoice. That could also be a problem. So the more you go towards real time recording, your error rate can come down. Now, before we conclude, I want to understand if anyone is aware what is backflushing. Does it improve in any way in the inventory management? Have you come across this word backflushing? Normally, this is also used in the ERP terms, but how do we? It helps us in to manage the inventory. Anyone has an idea? What is backflushing? Generally, it happens in automobile companies from tier 1 supplier to OEM. This happens where you do not have any receiving function available. The item is directly delivered to the line. What is the process involved? Can anyone tell? Here I have given a hint that many times the OEM will not have the receiving function. They do not count the item. They do not enter the GRN. The items are directly delivered to the line by the supplier. So, in what way it will helps in inventory, and how backflushing can support this process? Any idea? What is backflushing? Yeah, correct. Sriram has messaged not releasing the bomb material until production is posted. So, what happens? You are going to supply the material and it is going to be assembled, and the counting starts only when the production is completed. When you are assume that you are producing 100 cars, you know what are all the items being supplied by the various vendors. So finally, when the car is ready, you are going to consume all the parts used in the production. At that time, you are going to account for the material supplied. So this process is called backflushing. Only after final product is ready, you are going to consume all the item. In what way it is going to help inventory management is, you are not going to receive, you are not going to make grn, you are not going to maintain it, but everything automatically happens. Okay, one advantage is you are going to reduce the inventory. Second is you are also going to reduce the work. Third one is automatically accuracy is taken care. If I am counting and storing it, the problem comes. So the best possible way is you account for these items when the final production is ready. But you have to also see that the final production also happens within a short period of a time. Automobile company, they do at least one car in few minutes, depending upon their production volume, so they are able to consume this item on the same day. But if you have a longer lead time and production time is more, then you cannot do it, because there won't be any proper accounting in such system. So that's where we need to have a reduce our manufacturing lead time. Okay, these are some ideas where it can help you in improving the inventory accuracy. Of course, apart from that, you have many other process like inventory counting, where we use the cycle counting. Apart from that, we have vendor managed inventory and consignment inventory, where these are all both the inventory control technique, as well as it can help you in improving the accuracy of your inventory. Of course, somebody was talking about back barcoding. When you avoid manual entry, it definitely improves the process. And of course, barcoding is not expensive. If possible, you have to advise your suppliers to ensure the barcoding is done. You also have a required reading device so that you can do it. Of course, the radio frequency identification RFID is also very widely used. Okay, now there is a question from Pushkar, who is saying, what if quality occurs and the project rejected happens? See, here you have to see that all the suppliers are certified suppliers. They should ensure that the quality is right and the quantity is also right. If there is any rejection in the line, they will be penalized. That's all. In the line, they are not going to come and ask you why this you have supplied a rejected part. They are just going to throw away the rejected pot and take the next pot. If sufficient pots are not available, they are going to simply stop the line. There is no second thought about it. Hope that answers your questions. Okay, Paul is asking, but are the material committed for each work order? Now in the automobile setup, it is like I am producing 100 cars. All the material required per 100 cars should be available at the required time at the required location. That's sufficient. And vendors are informed in advance, maybe 48 hours schedule is known to them. So it is the responsibility of vendor to ensure right material in right quality, right quantity is available in production. Maybe any of you have more doubts or clarification, you are always welcome to reach out to me. You can note down my contact number. In fact, this things we discuss in greater detail how you can implement a backflashing in many of our other program. Coming to the concluding, we provide many training which is required for survival. Possibly I keep telling you many times, if you are in the job market, you need at least two or three important things. One is having a global certification like from Apex or demand driven institute. Then you need an analytical capability. If you need to analyze, you need an analytical capability. And also possibility of using ERP is also a mandatory. Okay, then all these three combined skill helps you either sustaining in your current job or looking for a better job. So in this regard, we provide lot of self paced program as well as live program. One of our popular program is supply chain analytics, where we have candidates attending from all across the world. So if you need any doubts clarification, you can always reach this number. You can also visit our site. Our number is also given in one of our comments by our executive. So you are always very welcome to contact or reach us. So any doubts or clarification now for the next couple of minutes? We can close it if you have no doubts. You can always type in the comment if you have any doubt. Otherwise, if you like the program, please like a comment so that it reaches more people. I'm trying to give short, brief introductory program on most of the working days. When possible, request you to join the program. So thanks for attending. Have a nice evening. We will see during our next session. Bye.